As you would have seen yesterday, more wall work continues, sheep's wool insulation and wrapping it in building paper. Now this kind of goes back to Wednesday when I tried to answer a few questions. So your questions, well, one of the others is, why am I wrapping it in building paper? And this comes down to, well, two reasons really. The main one I would say is you want your walls airtight. So I'm not trying to create a passive house here, but it is a very well-known fact that in this kind of stud wall construction, one of the things that can happen is, yes, you need to insulate right, but part of insulating right isn't just about choosing the insulation you want and fitting it correctly, but it's also about making the whole structure as airtight as possible. That's where the building paper comes in. Now, it is recommended when you buy this sheep wool insulation that you should do it the way I'm doing. I've had the feedback from Isolena that apparently I'm doing it right, and that's good. But when you read into correctly insulated walls, now this is an interior wall, but you do want to make sure that your wall structure is airtight. And because you want to make sure you're in control of the airflow inside the house. There used to be this old thinking of if you had kind of, leaky, airy kind of walls, well, that was good, it helped with the ventilation. That's not really the case. If you can make your walls airtight, then you put correctly controllable ventilation systems in, and then you're managing the air and the temperature in every single room. And this is why I'm going the extra mile with wrapping, well, one, the sheep's wool insulation in paper because the manufacturer said that's a good idea, but two, because it actually does make the whole wall structure extremely airtight, which adds to its isolation value and its impact. And so if you've got this room, you can have this room at a different temperature to the one next door if you've got your walls all working. It might only be a couple of degrees, but sometimes that's the kind of control you want. So, as far as wrapping the sheep's wool insulation, of course it does help protect the sheep wool. It doesn't attract bugs or mold or anything like that, but stopping airflow going in and through the sheep wool part of the wall does keep it clean, which does ensure there is less chance of any kind of mold growing. I saw this actually when I was pulling the old insulation out, and that was fiberglass, that you could see where air had been going through and it carries dust into the wall, and that, when you have the dust and the moisture, could be a problem because that's when you start to see the possibility of mold growing. So this is just a thick card paper, nothing else in it. It's not a vapor barrier, just an air barrier. And that's why I'm wrapping my walls as best I can. And next week, some more time lapses on the way as I hopefully finish this part of the wall. See you later. Thanks for watching.